Good morning, students. Today we will start another chapter of history, chapter 4, and then the first cities. In the last chapter, we read about farmers and herders. By 8000 BCE, many people had settled in small villages and were practicing agriculture and domestication of animals. With better methods of agriculture, extra food was available, and now people had enough time to engage in other activities. So they devoted their time to leisure and thinking. And then a series of invention took place. Writing was invented, art flourished, trade grew. Gradually, villages turned to towns and then towns to cities. And this way, the first civilization of the world began. So, first of all, let us know what is civilization. Civilization is said to occur when a society is in advanced state of social development. A civilized society have the following characteristics. It has an advanced system of agriculture. In civilized society, the people live in towns and cities. There is complex legal, political and religious institutions. There is division of labor with ruler, warriors, priests, farmers, carpenters, potters, etc. There is literacy or the knowledge of writing. The earliest civilization of the world came up around 5000 BCE in river valleys. There were four major river valley civilizations. They were Mesopotamian civilization, Egyptian civilization, Chinese civilization, and Indus Valley civilization. The Mesopotamian civilization in the valley of Tigris and Euphrates rivers, the Egyptian civilization in the valley of Nile, Chinese civilization on the banks of Hangho, and Indus Valley civilization on the bank of Indus. Urbanization and cities. We know a city is a large and densely populated area. Cities are also known as urban areas. So, when more and more people start moving from villages to towns and cities, the process is known as urbanization. And urbanization is one of the key features of civilization. In cities, people have occupation other than farming. In cities, there are traders, jewelry makers, writers, thinkers, artists. This is the place where all the rulers and the ruling class usually stays. Cities usually have well developed public facilities like roads, drainage system, public halls and granaries. The Indus Valley Civilization. The Indus Valley Civilization is also known as Harappan culture. We know that Chalcolithic age was followed by Bronze Age. The period was called Bronze Age because during that period people started using bronze. Bronze is an alloy or mixture of copper and tin. So, from today about 4700 years ago, the largest Bronze Age civilization in the world emerged. This culture was born in the valley of Indus River, so it came to be known as Indus Valley Civilization. And this Indus Valley Civilization or the Harappan culture was the largest of the Asian civilizations. Now we will look at few main features of this civilization like town planning, their administrative system, their eating habits, their clothing, their art, craft, religion, etc. Town planning of Indus civilization. The cities of Indus civilization were well planned. Most of our knowledge of the Indus city is based on excavations at Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. Like most of the Indus civilization towns, Mohenjo-daro was a grid planned city. At Mohenjo-daro, all the streets cut each other at 90 degrees or right angles. The city of Mohenjo-daro was divided into two parts. One part was at a higher level. It was built on a massive platform which is constructed of baked bricks. The archaeologists call this higher part the citadel or acropolis. The lower part of the city was consisted of houses of common people. It was the residential area. The Great Bath. Within the citadel, the archaeologists found a structure that they called the Great Bath. The Great Bath was a rectangular tank. It looked like a pool. This rectangular tank was made of fired bricks closely fitted together. The tank was made waterproof by a 3 centimeter thick layer of bitumen or tar. On the two sides of the tank there were rooms. In one of the rooms there was a large well. The water was supplied to tank from this well. The used dirty water was drained out through an outlet. Still today, archaeologists are not sure what this structure was used for. Maybe it was used by the people of the city to have a bath before attending important functions and ceremonies. The Granary. Besides the Great Bath, a massive brick platform was founded by the archaeologist. The shape and size of the structure suggested that it was a granary. Granary are storehouses for threshed grain or animal feed. A large granary has been excavated at Harappa. The residential area of Indus Civilisation. Away from the citadel, there were platforms built for houses. These houses were built above the flood level. The houses of those times were plain and mostly identical. The rooms of each house were arranged around a courtyard. Courtyard is the open or unroofed area of the house. Each house had an entrance and one of the three houses had a well also, from which all the people used to draw water. The drainage system of Indus Civilization. The houses of Indus Valley Civilization had a careful drainage system. The drains along the main road were covered and were inspected and cleaned regularly. This was a remarkable feature among the cities of the world at that time. Were there rulers in these cities? In the book, there is a question mark along the heading because till date we can hardly say anything about the administrative system of that time, as the script of Indus civilization is yet to be deciphered. What did the people eat? Again, a question mark along the heading because remains of the crops like wheat, barley, pulses, oilseeds like mustard, etc. have been found from the excavated sites, but still there are much to be found. We do not found any evidence of the cultivation of rice at that time. Fish, meat, milk, date, fruits were also the part of their diet. What did they wear? Archaeologists have found evidence of cotton and woven cloths. Men wore flowing lengths of cloth while the women wore skirts. Both of them used to drape shawl over their shoulders. Both men and women wore ornaments of gold, silver, and beads of semi-precious stones. The women used kajal for their eyes and painted their lips as they do even today. Did the people of Indus civilization know to write? Writings were found in the form of brief inscriptions. They were found mainly on seals of different materials like clay, baked clay, and steatite. Steatite is a soapstone. Archaeologists reveal that writings is usually from right to left, but unfortunately the script has not been deciphered so far. Metallurgy. Metallurgy is a branch of science concerned with properties of metals. As we know that Indus Valley Civilization occurred during Bronze Age. Bronze Age is an alloy or mixture of copper and tin. Bronze was more malleable and stronger than copper. Malleable means metal that can be hammered or pressed and shaped. Pottery of Indus Valley Civilization. After agriculture, the most popular occupation was pot making. A variety of pots, both plain and decorated, have been found. Many pots were painted red with designs in black suggesting geometric patterns. Art and craft. Two finely sculpted works of art were recovered from the city of Mohenjo-daro. One, the bust of a bearded man, was found who had his one shoulder covered with robe. A similar to this one was also found in Mesopotamia. The other one was that of the dancing girl. On the right hand, we can see the statue of a bearded man who was also known as the priest king. Seals. Many seals have been found which shows the figures of animals with writings on the top portion. Most of the seals were made of steatite, that is soapstone. Few pictures of the seal are given in the book. Weights and measures of Indus civilization. The weights may have been used to make trade easier. At various Indus Valley cities, cubed shaped stone measures of weights in graduated sizes have been found. The smallest one was 856 gram and the most commonly used was 13.7 gram. About the religion of the people of Indus Valley Civilization. The evidences that tell us about the religious practices of the people are seals representing a male figure sitting in the form of a yogi, figures which look like mother goddess, and people trees. Evidences of burial practices have been found at various sites. The dead were buried wearing ornaments and with few pots. It is believed that the people have the life after death also, so they used to bury the dead along with their essentials like ornaments and pots. The trade practices of Indus Valley Civilization. The people of Indus Civilization had flourishing system of trade. They used both land and sea for trade. The granaries at Harappa and Mohenjo-daro suggest the storage of grains. Archaeologists have found ornaments made in Indus Valley at Mesopotamia. This suggested that there was a trade between two civilizations. The end of Indus civilization. The Indus civilization declined suddenly after 2000 BCE. Why this advanced civilization declined still remains a mystery, but few reasons have been suggested. Maybe the cities might have been destroyed by earthquakes or floods. Another factor could be the falling quality of the soil due to excessive deforestation, or environmental disasters like earthquake might have caused rivers to change their course, resulting in floods and droughts. Or over the period of time, people would have moved away and the cities would have crumbled. Let us now read the glossary for better understanding of the few words used in the chapter. First one is urban. Urban is related to cities. Then second is decipher. Decipher means to read or understand. Then alloy. An alloy is a blend of different metals. Malleable. Malleable means that can be easily hammered into shape. Usually metals like bronze can be easily hammered into shape. Next is citadel. A citadel is a stronghold that protects the city. Next is faience. Faience is a glazed earthenware decorated with opaque colors. Earthenware is a pottery made of clay. Then steatite. Steatite is a soft variety of tall stone which feels soapy. Then bust. A bust is a sculpture of the head and shoulders of a person. Let us now have a brief recap of the chapter. First one is advanced agriculture, division of labor and knowledge of writing are some of the features of any civilization. The earliest civilization came up around 5000 BCE in river valleys. The Indus civilization was one of them. Then, some of the important sites of Indus civilization are Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, Medgar in Pakistan, Dholavira Lothal in Gujarat, Kalibangan in Rajasthan, and Alamgirpur in Uttar Pradesh. The cities of Indus civilization were well planned with straight roads, walled citadels, and well maintained drains. Houses were built using baked bricks. The people of Indus civilization consumed barley, wheat, pulses, millets, fish, meat, milk, and fruits. They wore cotton clothes and ornaments made of gold, silver, and semi precious stones. Metallurgy and pottery were well advanced in Indus civilization, however, iron was unknown. The Indus civilization had a well established system of trade through road and sea. The decline of Indus civilization is widely believed to be due to natural disasters like earthquakes and floods. So, this was all for today. Today, we completed another chapter of history. Now, read the chapter once again yourself, and after that, try to solve the exercise yourself. In the next class, we will discuss the exercises also. But first, you should try to do the exercise yourself.